Hello YouTube. Thought I'd give a little tour out here of my area. This is some of the stuff I have for sale. Picked up this cement mixer for junk. Them tires, I figure those tires might make good tire swings or playground or planters or something. I haven't put them on marketplace or anything yet, but debating on whether to do it now or wait till spring or even the first of the year. I got a boat back there I'm tearing down and pulled this motor out and lower unit. I don't know, thought I might throw it on there to see what happens. Somebody might be interested. And I got the side rail from my car hauler that I made. Got an old bumper there somebody might be interested in. A little Yamaha. It's got some parts missing, but it might be a project or someone might need it for parts. Got my semi-trailer over there that I throw some stuff in. Here's a project I did the other day. Call it my can cage. Needed something, had these baskets here. Had these things, and wind was, tilt this down just a hair. Wind blow them out, and every time I hauled them in I had to put a net over them. But on this thing I put a door here for dumping the cans in, and I got double doors here for unloading. Made it where I could just slide it right in the back of the Colorado. Hopefully it'll make life a little easier. There's my daughter's dog. I'm not going to run into the shop just yet. We'll show a few more things out here. Got my little mini fridge. Keep this stocked with water. So summertime it comes in real handy. Got some stuff here. Here's that boat. Been cutting it up little by little, throwing it in the dumpster. See, I got a little work there. Yeah, I started loading my trailer up. I'll look at that in a minute. Over here I'm wanting to add on about a 20 by 20 room. Got my burner here for my waste oil burner. Got me an airplane fuselage I brought in here a couple weeks ago. So I need to get around to that here one of these days. Get it cut up, put in a barrel. And my little 4x8 trailer. And this is some of my oh yeah, here's the little kiln I made. Yeah, not really a kiln, but little foundry. I just kind of made it, and now I found out what it's going to take to get it hot enough. Yeah, this is kind of my project material here. I got a bunch of bed rails. Yeah, just a lot of miscellaneous. I'm trying to get this all moved just somewhere down in the field. I've opened this up for stuff coming in. So I got a little bit there. Sun's going down, so it will be shortly. About an hour from now it'll probably be dark. Here's my pile that's ready to sell. Still trying to add to that. And here I got about 6 mowers. I think they're all aluminum frames, so I want to tear them down and get the clean aluminum out of them. And not sure how well you can see it on the video, but down there I have a bunch of mowers lined up back in the field, and some over here. You can see way back in there I got my hot water tanks, refrigerators piling up, and over this way I got some washers, dryers, and stoves that are ready to load and sell. I got a tanning bed way over there that I got to bring up here and strip the wire out of it. Daughter's trailer, my 1-ton. Tractor over there, another car. I got Suburban, and this little car here I got to scrap out. You can see this pile. Got some engine blocks over there. I'll probably put in the bucket of the tractor and try to smash some gas tanks down. It'll take up a little less room. I add it all into this pile. Haven't been in a hurry. Not running my ad right now, bringing stuff in. That snapper right there is supposed to run, but I think he said the hydraulics aren't working for the drive. So I might play around with that, see if I can't do something with it. Some stuff here ready to go to the dumpster. I got a little cement saw in there I got to cut up. Got some old cast iron there. That workbench there, I had the bottom and I picked that metal up one day as scrap, and you can see how the end is bent here. And when I brought that in, I thought, I know what I'm going to use that for. It's going to be a workbench. It drilled a couple holes in it here, and had my arbor press mounted to it. All those oil jugs up there, that's all waste oil. The guy at work gave that to me. So I got plenty of fuel. And this little addition here, I built that this last spring. This is a shaded area here. This big old tree shades it in the summertime. Gets too hot in that workshop. Got some copper brass radiators to clean. Still wanting to put a door in here, and I had this little tire machine here. Had it buried right down in here in the ground. So I thought, well, I need to get that out of there and let that ground pack in, harden up for about 6 months, and then I can dig the post hole for the door. And this old base here, something else I picked up. Tilt this camera down here. Playing with this GoPro, trying to kind of get the hang of it. But brought this old base in, and pretty heavy, but it's come in handy. I got a big old chunk of steel on it, so I kind of use it as a solid surface, like an anvil. But this area here is kind of at a slight slope, so got to put a drain up under that, where that door there is, to dig a ditch, put a drain under the floor, keep the water from running through here. Come springtime, I'll need to dig it all out good, make a cement stem wall there and whatnot, and then level it out. And thought about coming right up almost to the bottom of the door with the cement, but I thought, man, I'd have to raise the floor up a lot then, and that probably won't really work in my best interest. This workbench here, if you look at it, it's an old grill. It's a Coleman Grill 3000. Pulled the grill part off, put that aluminum on, made a nice little roll around workbench. And I got a shelf here with some stuff on it. I got that bucket shelf inside where I throw a lot of my stuff. This is a greenhouse area. But got a little start there on some copper. Number 2. I got this one full of aluminum, basically sheet aluminum, extruded, cast. originally this structure here started out with just this 8-foot by 8-foot greenhouse here in front of me. I got a backup air compressor there. Little works pretty good. Builds up about 90 pounds. The pressure cutoff switch though, the little piece in there that bleeds the pressure off the head, leaks a little bit, so when it builds up it just leaks back down until it comes back on. Got some wire there to strip, got some stainless in there. So far this one and this one here is empty. A couple window air conditioner units I picked up, and they're both supposed to run, so. And this is where I moved my compressor to, or it's not so noisy in the shop if I want to do my videos. Just had to run a cord over here for it, which I probably could have put a plug in over here. Got a wire right there. But if it's not too cold, or a lot of times I come out here, you probably made several videos up under this roof already. It gives me a fairly open area here to work in. This door faces north and that door is facing south, so here in Oklahoma, summertime, we get that nice south breeze coming through here. And then, like I said, this roof stays pretty shaded, so don't get that hot heat radiating down. And someone said on one of my videos here the other day that my workshop looked nice and tidy. Well, now you can probably see what it kind of really looks like. I've got stuff everywhere. This one here is my workbench where I make my coin rings. You can tell I haven't made any in the last couple days. It really has been a few months. Let's see, by the thermometer is 59 degrees in here. I got some AA coin rings here. Everything's dusty out here, as you can see. But got some rings here, the AA coins that I got online, and made some rings out of them. So just having fun with that. Got my hydraulic press. Use my cell phone as a monitor, so I have to keep kind of looking to make sure that what I'm talking about is in the shot. Got my Ryobi tools and a few rigid nailers. Got the toaster oven over there for doing my powder coating on the rings. And powder coater right there, a little Harbor Freight. I think, yeah. Make sure you can see my hand there. I made this little island up here a while back for my chop saw. You can tell I have to clean it off if I want to use it. And I got a little scale over there, my band saw, my little jigsaw. Got my furnace here. And got ductwork up there going over to, I call that my eBay room. It's a little 8 by 16 building I added onto this thing. Had to build a subfloor and put it up on it. Here's my bucket shelf. Get away from that sun. Got this pile of motors here. I need to break them down, get down to the stators, get them ready to chisel. I tried making a little homemade wire stripper, but ended up with too big of a gap in there. So I tried. And my toolbox, my little bitty work area. Now that I got this GoPro, didn't get the black like I wanted to. They had the white on sale for Black Friday. So I ran down to Chickasha and they were sold out. So I called the Newcastle Walmart and they had 2 left. So ran up there and got one. Well, for doing what I'm doing here, the white will probably work just fine. I got some little stuff down here in buckets I got to tear down. Got a bunch of magnetrons there. Got a slew of them there to tear down. 20 or so. This is my eBay room. A couple years ago I was doing quite a bit on there. Did pretty good. My wife was always bringing in these jeans she'd pick up for $1 or something, and I'd run them on there. Women's jeans, selling for 12 to 20 bucks. I couldn't hardly go below 12 to just make a couple dollars on them. But there's several pair I got 15, 20 out of. By the time you pay shipping, eBay fees, PayPal fees, it's kind of crazy. I got this whole box here just full of little wooden business card holders. Can't see if you can see that or not. Set the phone down, let's see. Yeah, there you can see that. Little business card holders. And then they're a slow seller, but I knew they would sell. Here I think I got a few coins I cut. Just one of my other little projects here. Have to, if you can see them there. Some little, trying to get it out of the shadow. Some Indian head nickel earrings. Got those on eBay right now for $14 a pair. And then I got a vinyl cutter over there in the box over there, but I don't have it set up permanently because I still got a leak on this roof. Didn't have much of an overlap on the tin. And then I used had one style on the main building and one different style on this building. So put about a bucket of tar up there, and still got a few little leaks up there somewhere. Get this little heater here so I can come in and warm my hands up. But that's about it for the little shop tour. So I'm getting a few remarks on this shelf. It was relatively easy. Basically, I started out with, let's move a few things here so you can kind of see the end. Just some 1x4s and put it together with screws. Run some 2x4s crosswise on the 1x4s. I guess I had to maybe kind of drop the dimensions and stuff on a piece of paper and then put it on a video, in case anybody wants to make something like it. I'm glad I put it together with screws, because this bottom shelf, I had it down too low, the second 2x4 up, and couldn't get the buckets out. So I had this one right here down too far, so I had to raise it up, raise the second one up. But basically, it just has a front bucket, or front 2x4 they're leaning on, and then there's one in the back that's horizontal instead of vertical. At the back of the bucket sits on. Just as simple as that. Well, that lets you kind of know how I'm set up. This is my tripod from when I was running the camcorder, and trying to see that little viewfinder was about next to impossible. So had this old TV here, had to make a mount for it, but it's worked out pretty good. And I'll probably, who knows, maybe do some videos with that later again someday. But I'm going to try to stick with this for the time being. Of course, I don't know, these files here might be pretty good sized. Yeah, it's going to be dark here in about an hour, so I guess I'll call it quits for this video, and get in there and try to get it uploaded. And tomorrow I'm going to do a few projects around here, and then probably come out and start tearing into that pile. Or I could hold off. If the weather's not bad, I probably need to get that trailer unloaded. Yeah, you got a power washer there. I've had that over a year, used it twice so far. Mainly bought it when I was hauling junk cars on that trailer. Get oil all over the trailer, so I got it to clean the oil off. And then I was picking up a bunch of lawnmower engines and stuff like that and throwing them in the back of the truck, and got oil all over the bed, so I used it to clean the bed out. Yeah, you can see I got a bunch of bottle jacks and stuff down there. Got a couple vices there. But that workbench I'm using over there is really too small to put a vise on. I've had this old wooden workbench here for, man, about 28 years roughly. It's all wore down here from using the air chisel. Way back when I've had a vise mounted it a few times. But kind of put that waste oil burner together right here on this workbench. But I got some of my hardware here. Just it's long. This shop's just long and narrow. I used to have this up against the wall, but then anything I needed on the wall I couldn't get to. My Ryobi charger over there. That thing's been really handy. Charging 6 batteries at a time. Okay, I guess that will probably about do it. Yeah, I got a couple items right here I got to tear down too. Get a little, basically a little motor like refrigerators have. And that one's probably got a little bigger motor. That stuff can go in the 10 load once I get the motor stripped out. Still got leaves blowing in. When I first moved out here on the property, the little workshop over there was basically my workshop, and then I had the garden way over at this side of the property, so I made this little tool shed here. You see the trees growing right up into it there now. And I had the roof sloped this direction, so I had to put this rain gutter up to kind of divert it the other direction. So I got to do a little work on that too, and then like I say, in 6 months or so I'll get that post in there where I can build the door and then finish this wall up. And I'm kind of thinking right now about getting this old heavy thing out of the way, and that workbench I've got outside, clean everything from this 4x4 up out of here and put that, try to build it up, block it up or something, put that workbench in here, get this thing out of the way, and then that way the workbench will be on the wall, and I'll have a big open area where I can bring 2 or 3 appliances in here at a time if I need to. Got the cats in here playing around. Yeah, leaves blow in here, so then I get the leaf blower and blow them on out of here. Well, hope you folks enjoyed this. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hopefully I did a little intro into this and now this video, so hopefully next video I'll be tearing something down, which I may do some recording on those appliances out there and then post it next week or something. I don't want to flood too many videos too soon. But happy scrapping, folks. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.